So when I was a little girl, my teacher told me, I told my teacher I want to be a nurse. And my teacher told me, you be a nurse? You're so careless. You could never be a nurse. She says that as a result of that, she believed it. And she never became a nurse until the day it haunts her. And you could see her, she was almost in tears as she said that. So I want to just encourage someone. And even in that, I encourage her that it's not too late. Perhaps it may not be in the way that it could have been, but it could be that you would, because she's a Christian, maybe you can volunteer your time as a nurse, and do relief things. But it's still, if you are still alive and you still have that dream, what did I say? If it's a dream that you can't shake, to some capacity, it's still possible. Amen? It's still possible. Another problem is character. Really quickly, character, laziness. This is the one I was going to talk about. So laziness is very important. This scripture has really haunted me. See, let me explain why. I was a guy, I remember when I was a kid, okay? This was in Africa, Nigeria. And I remember I was a guy that was sleeping. I would stay up late, night owl. Not really doing anything too useful, but I was sleeping. They were like, wow, they knew me. So now they can't even imagine when I wake up early. They're not getting used to the fact that I do that. But they were used to, this guy used to sleep in. No, they didn't. They still think me on the capital sun. So I remember one day I woke up and I stretched, and we used to have our neighbors coming in the morning. And I went out. It was probably around maybe 9 or 10. I looked out. I looked at the time, it was around 6 something, and the sun was barely coming out. And I said, good morning, guys. You guys are in here early? Everybody started laughing. I was like, why is everybody laughing at me? It says it's 6 in the evening.
Oh, my God.
I slept the whole day. Wow. Let me tell you, I was doing the math. Let's say this is what I was alluding to. Let's say the average age is 30 years here, and you sleep even 8 hours a day. Do you know you have slept out of the 30 years, 12 and a half of those years.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Teach us to number our days. So some people that sleep in 16 hours, and here's not put you in the guilt, but if you're not successful, if you're not successful, it might be like your neighbor waking up at 3 in the morning. You're waking up at 12 in the afternoon and saying good morning. It might be. So character is something that keeps us from our purpose. In Proverbs 22:29 talks about a diligent man. Now you see a person that is diligent in his ways, he's not going to stand before obscure men. Diligent means that he's hardworking. He's going to stand before kings and queens. Okay? And then Matthew 25, I don't have too much time to go over this. It talks about the parables of three different individuals that gave talents to. Now when it talks about the parables of the talents, it's talking about money. But we can use that to mean our gifts as well. Our gifts and our callings, the things that God has called us to do. Okay, so he says, he gave one 5, okay, he gave another one 2, he gave another one 1, according to their ability. Some people the person that's with 1 is saying, why does that guy have all that gifts and talents? Maybe because God knows that you won't even do much with that one that you have. The funny thing that I saw on that stuff, it says that when the master went out and says, I will go to a far off, you can read this, please read this, it's very, very important. Matthew 25:14-30, read it on your own time. And he says, he went to a far off, he says, okay, here's your talent. I think about the same thing that God said. It said that your talent is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. It says the first one with 5, immediately, when I saw that word, it says immediately, he went out and invested the 5 and got 10. The other one invested the 2, got 4. The one with 1 buried it. What are you doing with your purpose? Is it being buried? When Jesus came back, he says, what did you do with the 10? He says, good job. What did you do with the 2? With the 5? Good job, you got 10. What did you do with the 2? Good job, you got 4. What did you do with the 1? I buried it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Take that 1 and give it to the one that has 10.
Yeah.
So you might be seeing someone that's being more successful and wondering why. God is not fair. They're being more successful. We don't even have. Well, what did you do with the little that you have?
That's right.
There's an impression that God gave me. People are doing more with less than you have.
Mm-hmm.
People are doing more with less than you have. Another one is pride. Pride is something that stops. because sometimes God will send you, like I do substitute teaching now. I was telling Pastor I might be working at USPS, seasonal, if I can say that. Before I'm done, I want to hit all these areas. I was like, I know, I'm going to be able to relate with all kinds of manner of people. But I've learned that, T.D. Jakes said this one time, don't say what you will never do when it comes to God. When it comes to your character, say, I will never cheat, I will never lie. But when it comes to something, I told my wife, I'll be a dig ditcher. Because sometimes you don't know that was in prison, that Joseph met someone that caused him to get to the palace.
That's right.
So when you're saying, I will never do this, I will never do that, your pride may be stopping you from your purpose.
Yeah.
How do you know that the person, your divine appointment, is not there where you are saying, I will never go to?
That is
so as long as God is sending me there, in the natural, I try to calculate, okay, where am I going? Because I know I'm purposeful. It's not just about the money. Hey, you're paying me $5 more there, but why am I here? Okay, it's the kids. I'm trying to point to them for the season. I feel peace. Is God leading me there? So where is God leading you? Never let your pride stop you. Okay? And I think about that. In John 6, the Bible says that, let's go, John 18, when he stood before Pilate, Pilate said to him, are you a king? He said, yes, I'm a king. So Jesus knew he was a king, but he didn't do it prematurely. In John 6, they wanted to make him a king. Okay? But he says, I know that's my purpose, but not the way you think. He didn't let his pride kick in. He didn't let his pride kick in to say, okay, make me a king, because what will have happened? In the natural, it seemed like he was successful, but he would have been out of line from his purpose. That's not what God had purposed him to have done. But they wanted to crown him king in the natural over there. So Jesus knew who he was. The last one is fear. This is a very important one. I want to give you two, and then I'm going to do that. Ray can come up. So the two that I wanted to give you was distraction and disappointment. In John, if I can find it really quickly, it's not up there. John 21:3. I thought so. Distractions can also, physical distractions, people, can keep you from your purpose, but also disappointment. Okay, I can only imagine what the disciples felt when they thought, okay, this is Jesus, he's the Son of God. Okay, but then he died. Guess what Peter said to the disciples in John 21:3? He says, I go a fishing. I'm going back to what I know. Last week, Patrick told us, I won't go back. Right. I won't go back. But many times we're going forward in our purpose. Something happens, or it doesn't happen the way we thought it would. Yeah. And we say, I go a fishing. I'm going back. But see, something that was very, very, very important in this scripture too, was that it says, and then the other disciples joined him. So sometimes when you go back, it's not just you.
Right.
You take others with you.
Yes, sir.
You take other people with you. So fear, really quickly, I want to share this testimony about fear. I remember when I was at my old place of employment, and I was writing a song for, and I've shared this before, I was writing a song for a relative to go walk down the aisle. And they were having something called Everest Got Talent. That was the school. And they were having this competition where people would just sing or do whatever talent you have. And I remember I didn't want to be a part of that because I had fear. Some of you are letting fear keep you from pursuing your purpose. I had fear. Nobody was going to hear me sing. Sometimes my brother would be mad at me. He's like, you sing in the shower, you write all the songs in the shower. When they say, let's do karaoke, you won't even do that. You won't let anybody hear what you're doing. You're just So when you see me sing, I'm going to share a song. When you see me sing, you may think, oh, Mr. Wale, I've heard him sing before. I've heard him share a song. There was a time I would be content doing that. Yeah. So I remember I was new at this job and I was sitting down in my cubicle with this other lady, and she was new too, so I let her listen to my song. You know, when you're just comfortable enough to let one person that you trust critique your stuff or hear it. She's like, okay, this was nice. Well, I didn't know there was another lady that was eavesdropping. Yeah. Nosy lady at the back. And she just was listening. And she came, I was like, oh my God. And then, you're freaking out, you're trying to push buttons, you don't know what to do. And she's like, wait, who's that? What's that song? I was like, then the other lady said, I didn't say anything. She said, oh, that's Wally singing. I was like, really? She was like, yeah. She said, and by the way, he wrote that song. She's like, really? Well, I thought that was the end of it. Apparently it wasn't. Next thing I know, I'm being called into the student accounts department's office. And this lady calls me and she says to me, Wally, sit down. I didn't know, I call it like a spider that's just spinning a web. I was the unsuspecting fly in this whole thing. She said, sit down, Wally. I was like, oh, thank you. It was an honor to be the director of accounts department. She says, you know, Wally, we're having this competition, this Everest Got Talent. I was like, yeah, I know. It's going to be great, isn't it? We're going to see people, doing things like we never see. I mean, people that were doing accounts, maybe beat bopping or doing dances. And I was like, this is going to be interesting. She was like, yeah. She said, Wally, you know that we don't have anyone from our department doing it. I said, oh, that's a shame, isn't it? She's like, yeah. I was like, no one should step up. She's like, yeah, I know. I was like, Wally, I heard that you do music and you write. I was again blushing. And I was like, oh, yes, I do. Yes, thank you. I still didn't know what was going on. She says, Wally, you're going to be the one that's... I was like, no. Remember I was in work, I was like, the devil is a liar. I was trying to get out of there. She trapped me after. I was giving excuses. I said, I can't do it. I said, it's like a Nike commercial. She didn't hear anything. I've never seen someone so persistent. I was like, I can't do it for this reason. She's like, just do it. I said, no, you don't understand. She's like, just do it. She don't think about it, just do it. I was like, this lady. So I realized I wasn't going to get out of this office without telling her something. So I said, let me think about it. It's going to be a 3-day week, let me think about it. So I made it out. I was thinking to myself, I'm going to dodge this lady onto this competition over. She's not going to speak. If I have to call out sick, go on vacation, something, I'm going to do anything I got to do to escape this woman. She's just like persistent. So that weekend was like a 3-day weekend, and I remember I was listening to Dr. Miles Monroe. And I'm going to share this very short song. I remember he was saying, some of you might think you know where the richest place in the world is. The richest place in the world is not where you think it is. It says it's not in the oil fields. It says it's not in the diamond mines. When he says it's not in the oil fields in Africa, Saudi Arabia, I said Africa. Because growing up, I knew that we were known for our petroleum in Nigeria. I said, where is this richest place then? Where is this richest place? He says the richest place in the world is in the graveyard. I said, why is that? I was just thinking to myself as he was talking. He said, because that's where dreams go and die. Books that were supposed to be written, songs that were supposed to be sang.
Right.
Books, everything, sermons that were never preached. Think about it. Things that were never done. That's where they go to die. It's so rich. When he just said songs that never written, songs that never sung, I just said, oh Lord, why? So I was just convicted and I went and I said, I will do it. Was I afraid? Yes, you bet you I was afraid. But I said, I'm going to do it. I went in and I did it. I shared a song called Changing Lives. Found out while I was doing it, it was like something just came over me. I didn't even realize. I said, wow, you were just dancing and going, and when it was just, singing, and I won the prize for doing that. The main thing was, I didn't die. As is obvious, I'm here today. And I did it. So I want to share this song really quickly because fear is something that stops a lot of people. People die. A lot of people die. So a lot of people die when they're 25, but they're not buried until 65, 85.
Tell the truth.
They die. They're walking dead. They're already dead. They're not living out their purpose. The song simply says, I heard the richest place on earth. It's not the place I thought it was or would be. So many people die each day with hopes and dreams that fade away. Such a tragedy. And I don't want to be another number, not another statistic. I want to see all and discover what you place inside of me. For fear that I would die with so much that's buried in my soul, God. I'm coming to you now. Time is something I don't have to waste. So with every breath I take, I give to you. Maximize my life, Lord. And time is something I don't want to waste. So with every step I take, I live for you. Maximize my life. Cause I heard the richest place on earth, it's not the place I thought it was. Go out and live your purpose.
Yes, sir. sir.
Dear Heavenly Father, we
Yes.
thank you, Lord,
Thank
for your word.
you. Thank you.
Help us